Hey folks, I actually ran out of space there on my computer. Um, I will have to end this soon. I've stayed up too late. Um, okay, you can hear me. You can hear me. You could hear the game if everyone's playing. You can see it. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. But yeah, all I was saying there at the end was I I've been trying my best not to remember the other thing because for the last a couple of days, 3, 4 days, I've just been having that thing flashing before my eyes, and it's been really making me uncomfortable. And why is there alcohol in an RPG turret? Someone would have to be on alcohol to want to use one of them in this place. Like just nothing but. Like their blood is like 70%. But yeah, just been trying to forget about that one I mentioned the other day, because like I've just it's much you're seeing this over a longer period of time than it's actually been recorded. Every hour is 3 episodes thereabouts. Presuming like each episode's roughly 20 minutes. Every hour is 3 episodes, so you're seeing this spread out over a longer period of time. I've recorded that like 3 days ago, and yeah, I've just been since like a day or two before that. I've been just trying to keep keep it out of my head. It's really creeping me out. I've seen like some fanfic and originals things that I really regret seeing. Those are two. The Final Fantasy 14 thing with the cat girl is one of them, and then that's another one. Ugh. 5 fully upgraded weapons. Wasn't sure if I'll get another 2, so I wanted to get as many achievements as possible. And may as well make this as good as possible. Alright, I suppose we'll do the little sister segment. I think you actually get to control the girl and see what they see through their eyes. I know there is a segment like that in one of the games, but I know of it through watching a Let's Play. And I think I fell asleep watching it and woke up and they were at that point. Oh, it's a machine pistol. Huh. It's not a gun you can use. But yeah, I fell asleep and woke up when they're at that point. I never really did get context. Till now. Why do we have to escort her? And wait, you're one that we've...
Und bitte, it would mean very much to me if you will be gentle with the girl. Mein kleines Mädchen.
Wait, okay, I can get the little sisters trusting the big daddies and whatnot, but these are little girls that have been able to talk to us like, a normal person. They've showed adoration towards us. Why do we have to become a big daddy for them to help us now? And this is a normal, like, if we're using one of the warped ones, sure, but we're using a non-warped one. Why do we still have to become a big daddy? It doesn't make sense. Maybe if this was a segment where we've been harvesting them, sure, but since we haven't, we should have been able to get through without it. Also, the kid has limited health. Christ, I keep hearing this one crying. The kid has health. Aren't they immortal? Sander Cohen is 2 parts stock up and 10 parts hack, and that's being charitable. Stock up. So stock up. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe the process of freeing them weakened it. They never did explain the freeing them thing.
But you must protect them.
Again, this does not make sense. The kids were already idolizing us. You know, why did we need to become this?
Hurry, Mr. Bubbles.
That's it, kid. It's been a long road. You don't even remember most of it. Put you on a sub when you were just a sprout.
Hurry, Mr. B. I can see angels dancing in the sky.
Why are you using the normal lines? You were clearer before, kid.
Hurry, Mr. B. Angels are waiting for our kisses. Don't be a slow. Angels don't wait for slow folks.
Rip.
Hop, hop, Mr. B. No time to waste.
Floating rocks. Sweet Christ.
Time to go, Mr. B.
I really wound you up with that wife and child bit. Oh, me poor Moira. I me wee baby
Hurry, Mr.
Patrick.
B.
Maybe one day I'll get me a real family. They play well with the suckers.
Hurry! Hurry, Mr. Bubbles! Don't be a slowpoke, Mr. B. Angels don't wait for slowpokes.
Still don't know why they're using the default dialogue.
Hurry, Mr. B. Angels are waiting for our kisses.
This part really doesn't make any sense to me, given I'm going for the good ending.
Mr. B, no time to waste. I can smell
Look at them.
Adam on this
Even
one.
though they are physically free as they meet together, Suchung's mental conditioning still holds them to their
Hurry,
terrible
Mr.
past.
B.
For
I can
sins such as this, they can never atone.
Okay, so they explained that there. And I presume it's part of the mental conditioning why they won't go on the job for us. But then again, why were they friendly with us? Why were they speaking in adoration? Then again, think of it, they were Papa Suchong, Papa Suchong. He hit them, then they got killed. Presumably no further work was done on them after that. So I guess they have some little wiggle room, but for them to do a job like this, it has to be with a big daddy. Alright.
Don't be a slowpoke. Angels don't wait for slowpokes. I see Adam, Mr. B.
Wonder if this will be a healing point.
Angel looks like dancing. Hurry! Hurry, Mr. Bubbles! Come on. Please, just hurry, Mr. B. Angels are waiting for our kisses.
I end up missing bits back here because of the kid. I'm nervous. There's stuff. Ooh, stuff to collect there. Should I leave in a bit? Then I can backtrack.
Time to go, Mr. B. No time to waste.
Ha! Alright, you know what? I am going to call quits here. I sincerely hope you've enjoyed this, and I do hope you join me again soon. If there's anything at all you'd like to tell me, anything at all, please let me know in the comment section below, but do keep in mind the backlog. I am currently recording this on the 30th of March. 30th of March 2020. 30th of March 2020. So do feel free to tell me whatever you want in the comments, but do keep in mind the backlog. This will be old by the time it's released. Never mind when you actually get to see it. Like I've people just stumbling onto my Overlord videos now. I got 2 comments on YouTube about that actually just there. Yeah. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Like even if you're seeing it just out the gate, I did record this a good while back, and that's generally a good idea to keep in mind for pretty much anything I release. By the time you get to see it, it's probably old for me. I'm possibly done it and have moved on. Certainly, some things aren't the case. Like say if starting next month I have Perimeter footage coming out. I haven't touched Perimeter since I recorded it, and that's just the opening few hours of it. So, while it's old for me, I still have more to go. I still have, I just haven't touched the game in ages. It's not the case of me having completed it. Excuse me. Apologies. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna call this here. I do hope you've enjoyed. If there's anything you want to say, let me know. But until next time, love and peace, baby. Hello, folks, and welcome back to Bioshock Remastered. You can hear me, hear the game if anyone was playing. You can see it. I'm indeed recording. 09, 10, 11, 12. I kind of regret getting the game when I did, because they've recently just come out with a website I'm part of the newsletter. They had a discount on Bioshock the collection. So I just got Bioshock 2 for like $13 odd dollars. It would be like €14 or whatever in euros. Also, I just realized I missed out on scanning all the little sisters because I was too prolific in the past before I got the camera at getting them all. That actually sucks. Ooh, can I scan this one? Okay, apparently I can. Yeah, I kind of regret getting the collection because I could have gotten it so much cheaper today. Well, I could have gotten this and Bioshock 2 for the same price. It kind of sucks, but still a bit. It would also have had Bioshock Infinite mixed in, but I already had it in the story DLC for that, so all I was getting was the trials or whatever, which I don't think I had because they didn't add on really.
Hurry, Mr. B.
Again, this really doesn't make sense to me. When we freed them before, they seemed like normal little girls now. Up in the other place, still creepy as hell, but they seemed like normal little girls, and yet here they are defaulting back to the other stuff. Like, she's saying the psychological indoctrination the other guy did is still holding grips, still has them in its clutches, but it seemed like she's able to send them on jobs, delivering gifts and the like, and she hasn't had to turn herself into a big daddy. Why can't they be sent on this job and help us out without us having to rip her throat open? You know, it doesn't quite make sense to me.
Angels. Hurry, Mr. B.
Watch
I
out!
can see the
For certain, their
angels.
harvesting will draw the attention of this rifle.
Girl, Mr. B.
Wait, why did that not attack me?
Don't be a slowpoke, Mr. B.
This way.
Angels don't wait for slowpoke.
You know, I suppose this guy no longer being able to...
Dancing.
Okay, they're coming both ways. Oh, so that's why. It's really short range. The flamethrower. Him not being able to talk to him, you know, anymore because he fucked up his throat. I suppose this is not big of a deal. He couldn't talk in the first place. It's his own fucking protagonist. It's just par for the course. Well, ninjas couldn't get him.
Hurry, hurry, Mr. Bubbles.
Hey, kid.
Mr. B. Angels are waiting for
Damn it, kid!
Hurry, Mr. B. I can see the angel dancing in the sky.
At some stage you see,
Hurry, Mr. B. I can see the angel dancing in the sky.
The-
Hop, hop, Mr. B.
I think it's in the next game that there's a little sister segment. Where
Don't be a slowpoke, Mr. B.
where you actually get to control a little sister
Don't wait for
and see
slowpoke.
through their eyes. Wait, where the hell did that come from?
Time to go, Mr. B.
There we go.
Don't be a slowpoke, Mr. B. Angels don't wait for slowpokes. Hurry! Hurry, Mr. Bubbles!
Order here. Oh, there's an ambush I just preempted.
Hurry, Mr. B.
Switch to exploding.
Angels are waiting for a kiss.
Whoa. Oi.
Time to
It
go.
was friendly, really?
Oh,
Okay, I thought you were a shadow.
hurry, Mr. B. I can see the angel dancing in the sky.
Well, Lucy?
Hop, hop, Mr. B.
Hurry! The harvesting will draw the attention of this rifle.
I like it.
Maybe I should have hacked it.
It was a pretty angel, Mr. D.
You know the ones that are... Ooh. That's so unnerving. There's, you know, ones going blue. Does that mean they've like lightning skin? Doesn't know me. Like his cuffs didn't change. He'd never pulled on gloves, so that makes sense. But it does bug me that his cuffs never changed, and they sometimes glitch through his helmet.
Hurry, Mr. B. Angels are waiting for a kiss. Hop, Mr. B.
Oh no, I'm finishing it.
Don't be a slowpoke, Mr. B. Angels don't wait for slowpokes.
May have to double back through here. The throat thing's still fucking with me.
Hurry! Hurry, Mr.
Enzyme samples. I don't know why I'm still getting those. Gonna have to fight Big Boy.
Hurry, Mr. B. Angel,
You want some of this? You want some of this?
you're waiting for a kiss.
Sweet Jiminy. He's really sore over me getting her.
Time to go, Mr. B.
That was rough.
No time to waste.
Better for the girls to be with you. Better with you than alone. Alone in the crawling darkness.
This would make more sense if, you know, we'd gone harvesting them and they, you know, or, you know, we were using a non-saved one, you know? But we saved them and they seemed normal enough earlier. So I don't know why they suddenly aren't normal now.
I can see the angel dancing in the sky.
Lucy.
Don't be a slowpoke, Mr. B. Angels don't wait for slowpokes. Time to go, Mr. B.
Alright, kid. Come on, half health. Get out of the fire, brat.
Angels are waiting for our kisses.
That might be plenty for the working scrubs and the pencil pushers, but I need more. More! I want a slice and right a slice with!
He's really, losing it.
Fontaine is nearby. You are reaching close now.
No time to wait.
Like, he's really,
I'm ready for dream time, Mr. B.
do I help her? No, she got him. He's really, discombobulated.
There. You must use the needle of the little sister to drain Fontaine of his atoms. It is the only way to defeat him.
There! Take this! Stick it in the bad man!
Sure.
Fontaine waits above. There will be no going back from here. Make sure you are ready to face him before moving on.
Yeah. Little bit short. Okay, what is this place called? It's the Proving Grounds, ain't it? Okay, I'm just gonna alt-tab out and see... Bioshock 1 Proving Grounds. Baby Jane? Ah, it's the female. There's one of the female Spicer models. A failed theater actress. Baby Jane still believes herself to be a star despite the subtle collapse around her, of which she seems mostly oblivious. Then in Bioshock 2, she's had to turn to prostitution. It 2 takes place 10 years later. Don't know why Fontaine suddenly, like, he was saying that we're too spliced to see that she was betraying us, and suddenly he's splicing himself up too far. Don't know, like, it feels like a drastic change. He was all cunning and coy before, and then now he's discombobulating. apparently the bouncer we killed can be killed earlier, but it will still reappear anyway. Ah, apparently they no longer have a slug in them. That's why they're vulnerable. Hmm. Okay, I have the... Oh, there's 5 removed ones. I'm also thinking, remember we found the one on the corpse and I was humming and hawing whether it was the girl's corpse or not? It might have actually been because she stumbled in on him in the middle of him recording the other one. Yeah, there's none here. There's 2 removed from Peach. One from Andrew, Ryan. One from Suchong and one from Tenenbaum. Gatherer's Flu. Huh. They're all dying. For months they're fine and poof. And from what? Influenza. The goddamn flu. These little things are virtually indestructible. A bullet, they heal. The fire, they heal. But if you catch the bug, boom, they're gone in days. Something about the implantation process. Only one of them remains. She must be resistant to this particular strain. This one little girl, one set of genes. Even if all the others die, it will be enough to save the program from extinction. Given that they removed it, it's presumably non-canon, but still an interesting thing to read nonetheless. Okay, you can hear me, you can hear the game if anyone's playing, you can see the game, and I'm deep recording. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Let's go. Yeah, that was the only thing to collect here. No point saving cash, won't mean anything after here. Ooh, I should play around with the U invent. For one reason. There's an achievement, there we go, ammo inventor, for making every type of ammo. Shouldn't need all these for the other guy. Alright. I was concerned. Fontaine. Actually, wasn't there still 1 point left on the thing?
I remember when me and the crowd put you in that sub. You were no more than 2. You were my ace in the hole.
Oh, I meant to save earlier.
Also the closest thing I ever had to a son.
Ah, well.
And that's why this hurts. Betrayal, kid. Life ain't strictly business.
Again? Oh, it's just saving. Oh, I saw him on the Steam cards, and he looks weird, and now I finally understand why.
Go! Go now! Hit him with the needle!
Oh, okay. I steal the item for myself. He doesn't count, apparently. Well,
Need a minute. And I'm gonna cut you into bits. Come again! I'll put you down. You think I'm alone in this world? I got more than enough mugs to watch my back while I recharge. You little nothing!
One of the sisters was cheering me. I can just auto-succeed on hacks. Oh, you... The posing on him looks weird. Yeah, just hack the shit out of him. It completely throws off his AI.
This is what I get. You think I'm alone in this world? I got more than enough mugs to watch my back while I recharge.
No, you don't.
You think you got a shot at this? I'm barely getting started.
Do it.
I had you built. I sent you topside. I called you back, showed you what you was capable of. Even that life you thought you had, that was something I dreamed up and had tattooed inside your head. Now, if you don't call that family, I don't know what is. And now...
As disturbing as it is also cute. They're them coming to raid and stabbing the shit out of him. It is actually pretty cute.
They offered you this city. And you refused it. And what did you do instead? What I've come to expect of you. You saved them. You gave them the one thing that was stolen from them. A chance. A chance to learn. To find love. To live. And in the end, what was your reward? You never said. But I think I know. A family.
That is actually really sweet. I'm tearing up here. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's seriously sweet. Don't mind me. I'm a soft and delicate flower. Yeah, seriously, that was a great game. The little end there was a little odd, because the kids seemed fine, and in the ending they're fine, yet I had to become a big daddy for them to help out. I can kinda get it, but at the same time, we'd seen them be fine and talk of us in hushed whispers as their savior and all this, and it doesn't really groove, you know? So it just kind of confuses me. It's kind of reminds me, like, I remember I was writing some before and I decided to say something else, but I ended up only changing half the sentence, so I was saying both at the same time and it did not work. It feels kind of like that. They had one idea, decided to do something else, but didn't fully change it. So, yeah, bugs the shit out of me. But I still really did enjoy that. I'm glad I finally got around to finishing it. It's a good game. And coming up next will be Bioshock 2. I will be getting on to Doom 2, getting back to that soon, don't worry. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be getting back to it. But that won't be released for a while, since I'll be starting Bioshock 2 once this credit sequence is done. Yeah, once I'll be starting Bioshock 2 the moment this credit sequence is done. I'm hoping you can hear me right now. It'll be coming thereafter. So yeah. And also, it's no surprise that he never said he had his vocal cords ripped to shit. Which honestly still makes me uncomfortable. And generally thinking I've now mentally associated it with that one bit of, you know, thing I was referencing that I've been trying to forget, because it creeps the hell out of me, and it's also kind of depressing. So it's just like, I don't want to think of this. But I'm an obsessive person, so I keep seeing it flash before my eyes. And it's really messing with me. It's not something I want to see. I know I said what one of them were, but I'm gonna refrain from saying this one at least yet. It took me a while to say that one. So again, as I've said at the end of many series, big thank you to everyone who's worked on this, in whatever capacity. I really did enjoy this game. It is a solid game. Also, I did look it up, and there was the reference to, on the guy's T-shirt in System Shock 1, that was actually meant to be a reference to the Watchmen. And I presume the cops jumping in and their look and posing was probably going to be references to other stuff as well. So, yeah. There is rumors of another Bioshock being made, but I don't know too much about it. Okay, actually, according to one site, they're claiming it's back. They're working on a Bioshock 4. Okay, 2 sites are saying it. Okay, apparently they have 2K has outright confirmed that there's another Bioshock in development, but they haven't said anything beyond that. Also, one thing, Bioshock Infinite, the burial at sea, is meant to lead into Bioshock 1, but implies that Alice didn't know the codes. Well, that outright tells you Alice didn't know the codes. Also, I don't know what I was going to say there. It says he outright didn't know the codes. So, that doesn't really groove with what we've seen here, where he knew the codes. Like, she only found out the "would you kindly," but he knew about the other code to slowly stop our heart. And to stop us from going near his base and all this. I guess he spliced up so far out of desperation against us, but he never stated as such. He was just suddenly splicing to hell, you know? And he'd been so eager beforehand. But, you know, yeah, it feels like there's a bit of a flub there in Burial at Sea, which is bugging me, but anyway. Let's have a look at the museum. Figure may as well look at this stuff as well. Welcome to the Museum of Orphan Concepts, a guided tour of ideas that Irrational Games discarded or reworked heavily during the making of the original Bioshock. I remember the Insomniac Museum in Ratchet & Clank. It would be nice if the blurred text there matched up with this. Irrational's internal name for this prototype Big Daddy variant, one who mauled players with an enormous hook and fired iron bearings from a barrel, stood for Slow Projectile / Fucked Up Melee. Love it. He survived long enough to become a fully functional AI, but the team eventually caught him to focus on polishing the other Big Daddy types. This model later appeared in Bioshock 2 as the Rumbler, throwing miniature turrets instead of cannonballs. Well, it's good that you got to see some reuse. Exhibit Early Bouncer. The original model for the Bouncer type of Big Daddy featured a flat-headed drill at the end of each arm. The Big Daddies were envisioned as the builders of Rapture, with weapons modified from tools they would have used in its construction, when the Gatherers were reimagined as little sisters, when the Bouncer's drills were changed to a gloved hand, so the two characters could interact with each other. And there's the concept art behind, and even the signatures. That's Bouncer. It makes it feel like you're, you know, it's a nice little touch. I really do like this presentation. You know, it feels like you're actually, you know, it's a museum dedicated to it. But it's kind of better than the Ratchet & Clank thing one, I feel. Kind of has a better feel to it. Exhibit Force Concept Art. Irrational's artists tried to envisage how an underwater city would actually function in this early conceptual work of Rapture, when they imagined a thick forest for the purpose of oxygen exchange, seen here with an observation catwalk running around the edge. The concept of using trees for oxygen exchange made it in Funnel Game in the Arcadia level. Exhibit Gatherer. It may be hard to imagine that this creature, whose job it was to reclaim Adam from corpses around Rapture, was the Earth's iteration of the idea behind the Little Sister. Since Gatherer generated absolutely no sympathy from players, the team experimented with concepts of featuring a number of animals, including the infamous dog in a wheelchair, and a grotesque miniature humanoid from the concept sketch of a deformed child as part of the Eureka moment responsible for the Little Sisters. Certainly wouldn't really have much sympathy for this kind of beastie. Sorry. Weird scarabby fuck. Exhibit Protector Concept Art. The Big Daddy's originally called Protectors were envisaged as dive-suited construction workers retasked with the defense of Adam Gatherers. They used construction tools or improvised weapons that looked like they'd been found on the sea floor. From left to right are early concepts for the melee, range, and slow projectile protectors. Ooh, that's creepy. And especially like all the growths on them. Ooh. So it's in for each. Ooh. Grenadier Splicer. This grey Fontaine Splicer was an early Grenadier from the same period of development as Stitchy and Hooker. He was a guy who spliced to carry around large grenades and throw them at you, says the lead's artist Sean Robertson. The model was built and textured, but never animated. And it looks like a zombie. An early environmental study. The location depicted here was built for the vision demo of Bioshock, a small level demonstrating several key elements of the game such as the Big Daddies and Gatherers. Alright. Neptune's Bounty concept art. This area appears in the Neptune's Bounty level of Bioshock, where the bodies float in the ocean were caught late in development when their cast shadows proved too distracting from the action in the room. Huh. That's a little annoying. Ooh. Let's look at this one. Exhibit Hooker. Created around the same time as Stitchy and the Grenadier, this splicer was dubbed the Hooker because of her weapon of choice. This concept evolved into the Spider Splicer, which, when it was decided that Splicer models could fill any behavior role, and the Hooker model later became the Baby Jane Splicer. Ugh, creepy. Waters. Artist did it. Early Big Daddy concept. These are concepts for the Rosie type of Big Daddy, who, like the Bouncer, was envisioned as a construction worker who had been repurposed as a protector for the Gatherers. Early Splicer concept art. Moving from grotesque to human was a slow process, or a concept so the melee enemies grow monstrous arms. The team had trouble conveying how someone who had spliced to become a marksman would appear. Ooh. Before solidifying the fiction around Adam, Rational Games experimented with the idea of being an external injected substance. Here you can see us playing around with Adam being mechanically injected, said lead artist Sean Robertson. So the Splicer's got vials of it on his belt. This model was created but never made it into the game in any form. Oof. That honestly is hard to look at. Throat is still feeling uncomfortable. Early Splicer concept art. These are some of the first concept sketches to show Bioshock's enemies moving in a more human-like direction. Artists coupled that approach with the idea that Adam deformed the body in a way related to its intended function. For example, for instance, a giant grotesque arm on a melee enemy. Suppose they could have gone with bulgy eyes for the Rangers. Maybe if they're handling bigger weapons, bigger arms, you know. Ooh. Stitchy, the first splicer that Irrational created for Bioshock. Stitchy was used in many early concept demos and was fully functional in-game with cinematics, hit reactions and voiceover. Took us that long to realize that he wasn't a good model, said his lead artist Sean Robertson. This is probably the worst abortion that Irrational has ever made. Why? It looks fine. Okay, actually, yeah, the torso does look kind of weird, but I have no issue with Stitchy. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's creepy as fuck. I like it. Ranged aggressor. Oh, hanging sea life. Not as much as a cut concept as an Easter egg for observing museum visitors. These sea creatures can be seen swimming past the player's view during the Bathysphere ride down to Rapture and Bioshock's opening sequence. Big Daddy concept art. There it is. Here's Daddy! This is an early concept depicting a Big Daddy bursting through a wall, which inspired the audio log in the Big Daddy training grounds about a rogue Big Daddy. The player then encountered him at the end of the level. I didn't actually get to see that one. This is a concept sketch depicting what will become a submarine bay, an area which housed an important scene for Alice. Missing link model. This character is essentially the missing link between the grotesque early designs and the human splicers that appeared in Bioshock. This is the last bad model we did. We're moving on to what actually went into the shipping game, says lead artist Sean Robertson. After playing with him for a while, we just said, why don't we just use humans instead? I always thought of these as Scooby-Doo monsters because they're too inhuman to invoke empathy. To be honest, I'm too busy killing most of them to actually feel empathetic for them. But at the same time, you know, they're still creeping the fuck out of me, and I'm getting a, you know, the body horror is unnerving me, so it's getting some sort of an empathetic reaction. Early Big Daddy concept art. This is the fourth Protector concept, originally created with an organic slug attached to it. A model was created but never completed, as the team narrowed their focus to three and finally just two Big Daddy types. I still like this as a Protector, says artist Rob Waters. We started modeling and I really pushed to get it in, even just as a static model on the floor, but never made it. Ew, that is creepy. Ugh. Creature concepts. These are some early pieces done for Bioshock, back from when Irrational was still working on SWAT 4, which is actually meant to be a great game, and finally now on GOG. For a while you could only buy it on like Amazon or something for like 500 quid. Now it's a more reasonable price. Similarly, Proto Total War Warhammer is now on GOG, Mark of Chaos or something. It's in like a mission by mission thing. It's not a grand strategy, but the actual combat is kind of a Total War-y kind of thing, you know? The squads, the positionings, all that kind of stuff going on. It's not like Warcraft, RTS style. It's more of a Total War RTS style in that regard. The only concrete ideas at that point were an undersea city and biological experimentation, so our concept focused on those themes. Ugh. Ugh. Fuck. That hurts my throat. Yam Hand model. This character, derisively called Yam Hand around Irrational Games, was a poster child of the conceptual phase that preceded the decision to go with human enemies. I'd like to point out the drawings behind the model, says lead artist Sean Robertson. You can see the top one got built, but the other two informed the design as well. As we got tended to put more towards humanoid, the Scooby monsters got goofier and less scary. Ugh. Ugh. Exhibit. Iconic Rapture concepts. This first image really captured all the visual elements that made Bioshock Bioshock. A large view of the ocean, the aquatic lighting scene, the elegant art deco design elements. Without this image, Bioshock would have been a radically different beast. I'd like to know who did it, you know? Given how, like, seminal, would that be the right word? A bit fucking important it is. This is one of several paintings that try to portray the most important elements of Rapture at once. These images would help define the ruined underwater Art Deco aesthetic the team was attempting to capture. Feels kind of like in the lab at the end. I think we actually see one of the machines there too, actually. Oh, it's a theatre. Exhibit Fleet Hall concept art. This early concept for Sander Cohen's Fleet Hall was created after level building had begun, when designers had found they were having difficulty conceptualizing the theatre space. It was one of the early spaces built for Bioshock, and many of the assets used in this museum came from that area. And I do believe that's it. That's all there is to it, unless there's something here that I haven't seen. But this is a nice little exhibit. I certainly feel like I appreciate it more than when I was looking at the, the Insomniac museums. Thinking I was younger and whatnot at the time. And I don't know, something about this just feels better. So, we're done here. Unless there's down here. Huh? Was that just all that popped up on screen? Because I swear I was looking this way. Eh. Hmm. Probably not. I was thinking, I wonder if you can see the museum in the game, like, notice the tunnel kind of thing. But probably not. Just outside, it's just a separate thing. Like, it's its own little instance. Would have been cute. Obviously non-canon, but just it'll like, you can see it kind of thing. But yeah, we're done here. And director's commentary. I found all but the first two. It's in Welcome to Rapture and then the Medical Pavilion. I'm not sure if I can actually play those. I might get copyright claimed. I'm not sure. I want to play them, I want to watch them, but I want to watch them with you. How long has this gone on? Okay, 40 minutes. I'll cut it here, and then I'll come back. At least then the finale will be saved.